My name is Morgan, or Julian, or Morgan for both, and I want to talk about the video game Pokemon Unite. In this world, you either grow up to be a first-person shooter kid, playing Call of Duty and maybe Overwatch later in life, or you were a MOBA kid, playing League of Legends. I was a mixture of both, but I used to be really good at League when I was like 12. The friend group that I was in at the time was obsessed with the game. If it means anything to anyone, when I was younger, I used to play an insane Katarina and they called me Scara on the opposite team. You bet I was ecstatic when I got that shit as a kid. It had that perfect combo of collecting money to get items and attacking the enemy team and understanding your abilities. You pick your lane and carry your duties down there, messing with the enemy and pushing further as far as you can. The strategy that goes into playing games like this is so much fun to me, and honestly the best is coming together with your teammates and using teamwork to win the game. But then I stopped playing, and when I went back and my Wi-Fi was so bad that they called me McDonald's Wi-Fi, and I left that like a bindalant from the League scene. So I haven't gone back, and honestly I've been quite content with not playing it, because sometimes when I play competitive games like this and eventually drop off of them, it takes a while for something to describe as the itch to come by. The itch is when you're minding your own business and suddenly you get a call to whichever competitive game you play. Very often, the two games that call out to me are Overwatch and League. But unlike Overwatch, I will not go back to League. No Arcane, I don't care how good you are with your beautiful animation and well-written out characters. Get out of here! Overwatch is whatever. I personally think I'm not the best at first-person shooter games, but I also kind of just let my partners and Michael carry me. I don't really care. Almost all of them kind of grew up as a first-person shooter kid, so usually it's just me vibing with them, unlike me, who played Call of Duty on the Wii. But League, that's a frozen tundra I must walk alone. My girlfriend won't even look at the game, but it's okay. The scene is not made for anyone. That is, until I found a happy medium for me. Pokemon Unite came out in the grand year of 2021 on Switch and mobile devices. I played a bit on and off. I wasn't really dedicated to it completely. But as of recent, I've been all over it. It's literally just League but worse, but also you get to play as a little guy. Yeah, you know what, count me in. In League, I feel like everyone and their mother is tilted every day, every second, no matter the circumstances. You could be winning and somebody's got to complain about some shit. When Pokemon Unite, come on man, you can't be tilted. Look at these creatures. You're playing as a bunny rabbit, man. You gotta relax. Are you really gonna be tilted when you're playing as a little baby rabbit? I love Pokemon a lot. I've been playing ever since I was really young, and my first ever game was Pokemon Soul Silver back in elementary school. The entire franchise means a whole lot to me and is one of my favorite things to fall back on. Now you're telling me I could play as a little guy in the format of games I played as a preteen? This is huge stuff. Now as much as I love this game, God, it has its problems. And oh yeah, it does have some pretty bad problems. Sometimes the game just doesn't register some inputs that I do and I'll just stand in front of the enemy team. This game is incredibly greedy. To fully kit a Pokemon, if you buy it and you want to get a skin as well, it can cost up to $120. It is worth mentioning that Pokemon Unite is a free-to-play game, so technically you don't need to pay any money for anything to play this game. It's more of the principle of it, that how much money you have to pay if you were to pay for things in this game. Nintendo, I don't know who you think is playing your game that would buy that much, because the target audience for this game is babies on their sticky ass Switch or their Cocomelon tablet that don't know A from B, and then there's the demographic that's full-grown adults who enjoy their slop, or the rare in between, the grown adults that don't know A from B. I fear my playstyle is on the spectrum. Somehow, someway, my playstyle goes from I'm unstoppable, I'm the best player there ever was in this game, it's not even close, and then there's the time where we're already halfway through the match and I'm not evolved yet. And you know, sometimes you get something called the curse. At least once in every other game, I swear the curse is passed to me and suddenly I'm not moving, and when I do move, it's apparently only toward exactly the front of their base. The nanosecond I stop walking, I know the curse has me in its clutches and it's about to drag me through the enemy's base to sacrifice me for whatever the curse desires. Normally I chalk it off to my bad Wi-Fi like we talked about earlier, but I swear nothing else lags when it happens. Suspicious. Honestly, after deep consideration and thinking about my Wi-Fi, it has to be my bad Wi-Fi. because the curse very rarely ever goes to anyone else, but unlike League, it's not like an hour-long game where I'm lagging in and out. It's 10 minutes, and I genuinely have nothing to lose with that. I can't control the curse controls me, unfortunately. Writing on that, I really enjoy the games that are only 10 minutes long too. It feels like it's not wasting my time, but the perfect amount of time to play and feel fulfilled and enriched. I'm like an animal in the zoo when they give them frozen treats in the summer. Honestly, after playing this game for a while, me and my boyfriend just do randoms. Every time that we get into a new match, we just randomly move around and tell each other when to stop till we get whatever Pokemon we get. I do have a couple of mains though. My favorite Pokemon that I like to play are Garchomp, because he's one of my favorites. I always run him with the dangerous Dig and Earthquake combo. Leafeon. Now Leafeon is not my favorite evolution, Sylveon and Umbreon are, but the way that Leafeon's playstyle really caters to me. I adore the quick, speedy playstyle that hits like an absolute truck when played right. And Cinderace. Something always calls me back to him for some reason. He's so fun to me, and I love how quick an attack can be with certain builds, especially if you have the little muscle band, I believe it is, and you just keep hitting things extremely fast. It's awesome. I love playing this way because it allows me to try different types of Pokemon and see what playstyles I specifically enjoy. Pokemon Unite to me is the perfect combo of MOBA and Pokemon that calms the siren in my head. It's all around just extremely fun to me and a quick and easy game to play. Listen, the game is kind of bad, but it's my bad game. It's my sleepover. I get to choose which bad game we play. Now, before I send you off from this yap sesh, here are some Pokemon that I wish were in the game. Yes, this is completely biased from all my favorite Pokemon. Yes, I will not rest until these little dudes get added to the game. And no, I do not take feedback. The Shinx line. I don't even care. If they added the Shinx line, I would never stop playing this game. I think it'd be non-stop. I think that they'd be an attacker on bottom. But yeah, Shinx needs to be added to the game. Please, Nintendo, I would do anything for you. The Gligar line. I like them. They're little scorpion bats. They're adorable. They're also one of my favorites, as said before. I think that they'd be a speedster and do jungle specifically with the way they fly. Woobat. I think it'd either be an attack or support role. I'm not sure. Looking at its little heart nose, come on, they're so cute and so full of love. Maybe the playstyle would be a bit like Mr. Mimes, where it has some attack but also support stuff to help. The Swaddle line. For sure support or attack. I don't really know which one in particular, but I do think that they go on bottom lane. Maybe they have an attack where they like use a string shot or something like that. The Stuffle line. I think these little guys would be for sure an all-rounder or tank. We already know how strong they are from like the anime and such. I think they'd be on top lane, and I think that they'd be a really cool consideration to be put in the game. And finally, the Weasel line. I'm just a sucker for these guys. They're cute. I think they'd be a speedster. If you can tell, I really like Sinnoh. Now, what are some Pokemon that you've wanted in the game? Tell me in the comments which little guy that you'd want in the game, because I love the fact that every Pokemon has at least one mega fan of it. And yes, make it whichever favorite Pokemon that you like, make it as biased as possible. That's the best way. Oh well, I think I'm good for now, until the itch comes back. Thank you for watching and listening to me up about this game. Like, subscribe, and have a good day.